back. This is your KHTS News Director, Perry Smith, and I'm here with Brian Hinsley, a fire paramedic at Fire Station 107. And we were just sharing some really just tragic stories over the break about a common summer occurrence that is probably the biggest tragedy, Brian, we were just talking about, is that it's preventable. And that's drownings. And it's pool drownings, it's lake drownings, but probably most common responses that you guys get is drownings by the pool.
That's correct. It's the recreational pool. It's the home pool. Lack of supervision, momentary distraction, quick second, and we have a drowned person.
And right now, Kyle, if we could, we have a 911 tape that was shared with us by Los Angeles County Firefighters, Fire Department, sorry, and we can just kind of walk me through this. Kyle, if you could go ahead and play the tape. And this is a live, an actual 911 response call and what firefighters did to kind of help and talk through the situation. Go ahead, Kyle.
Okay. Son, what happened to her?
She fell in the pool. Was she doing? How old is she? 17 months.
Okay.
Okay. We'll see you there,
Okay. All right, we'll see you there. Son, talk to me now. Who's the one that's crying? Is that your mom? Hello?
Hi.
Okay, who's crying? Is that your mom
My
crying?
little baby sister.
Okay, where's the mom?
Right here.
Okay, I need to talk to the mom. Ma'am, you doing CPR? Okay. Do you need help with the... We're already on the way, ma'am. Do you need help with the CPR?
I think I'm okay. She's not breathing.
Okay.
She's not breathing. Don't.
Okay, I'm not going to hang up. We got help on the way right now.
And that's generally when you guys come onto the scene, and you were kind of telling me, and I know that's kind of very disturbing audio, but I think it really hammers home the point of just how tragic this can be and what can happen when children are unsupervised, right?
Absolutely. The dispatcher at that point is already sending the fire department to the call. He's making sure that he's dispatching the appropriate rigs. We're already en route as that phone call, as he's still on the line. He's been trained to, when he asked her, do you need help with CPR, he can instruct her on exactly what to do and give her voice commands on how to do CPR for that 17-month-old child.
And when then when a firefighter paramedic shows up on the scene, or firefighter EMT, what do you guys, you were talking about the emotions of it, and that's kind of one of the most important things you can first do?
Yeah, we're all people and we all have kids, and the emotions are high. The screaming these are the calls that we remember the rest of our lives. So when we come in, we have to disassociate ourselves from that. We have a job to do when we're focused, and each person on that rig knows exactly what their responsibility is in that day. So we go to work, we focus single on the child, and we all have one person assigned to the parent to comfort, console, and advise them on the next step.
So it's kind of a dual role. You guys divvy up responsibility on the call, and then everybody just kind of handles their own. Correct.
Every morning when we come to work, there's assigned positions. Even though we all sit on a fire engine or a paramedic unit, we have assigned responsibilities. They're interchangeable, but that day we know what each person is responsible for, so you perform that function knowing that your partner will be performing the other functions.
So you kind of rely on each other, obviously, but you also rotate those duties?
That's correct. We rotate throughout the month. Every day we do something different so that we stay sharp at each one, and we rely and lean heavily on each other's skill and experience to make this happen.
And we talked about, obviously the main thing is responsibility and supervision, but there's a whole litany of other things. What are some other things that people should know? I'm looking at the list. I have a little cheat sheet here, but you probably don't need it after 24 years of kind of responding to these calls and just to avoid this type of tragedy. What do people need to know, and what can they do? We were talking about a fence.
Yeah, we can put, we all should have fences. If we have a pool, it's our responsibility. If you're going to have the luxury of having a pool, you have to have a fence. You have to have the alarm gates, and you have to be prepared for any one of those to fail at any time, because nothing beats direct supervision. 2 of the drownings we went on last year, the parents were doing some work on their laptop. Distracted by the laptop, thought they looked away for 10 seconds. They may have looked away for a minute. The child was in the pool.
And that's all it takes.
That's all it takes. And this is the 20 minutes I'm talking about. That one distraction, when you go to the pool and you're around the water, there's only one focus, and that's the child by the water. And we really have to be aware of that it only takes a second for this child to disappear, and they drown without a sound. Once they hit the water, they're so light, we don't hear the water, and there's no noise made from that child.
And I would imagine one of the other things, I believe there are county avenues for people to learn, and through the city, certainly people to learn CPR. I mean, how much should, I mean, that's probably pretty important too if you're going to own a pool, right?
Absolutely. If you own a pool, it is incumbent. It's your responsibility to make that pool as safe as possible and make you a CPR certified person who, in the event of an accident or a failure of the gate or the alarm system, can save that life. And the city offers every year many opportunities to learn CPR and pool safety. On June 8th at 10 o'clock at Fire Station 128, we're going to have a water safety expo where CPR classes will be offered. So it's not from a lack of trying from the city.
Right.
Right.
It's just about, kind of knowing the things, removing toys when you're not around the pool. If a child's missing, always check the pool first because these seconds count, right?
Seconds count. Brain injury and death occur approximately 4 to 6 minutes with the lack of oxygen. Wow. So minutes count, seconds count. So the quicker we can get that child or person out of the pool, the quicker we have a chance for a wonderful survival. And
do you have maybe some memorable calls that kind of made the experience stick home for you? As far as you said, you remember these calls for the rest of your life. I mean, is there any that stand out for you? I'm sure you've been to maybe dozens of calls, unfortunately. The drowning calls, I've been on at least 24 drowning calls, and the ones that survive and the people come back to the fire station with that wonderful child smiling, happy, and alive is one of the most gratifying times. But we have to remember that when the child doesn't make it, that's a visit that's not going to happen. It's horrible. It's tragic. 100% preventable. And again, just, a life-saving ring. What's the shepherd's hook? What's that? I see that on the list of things.
Yeah, you'll see them at public pools. You'll see them at private. Some residents will have them. It's something that we can grab the child with, reach into the pool.
Oh, it's literally a little
Right.
device. Okay.
We don't want to say gaff, but we can go.
Gotcha.
Right. We can grab that child, perhaps if the person at the pool might not be strong enough swimmer to go get that person, get them above water, get them to the side of the pool, get them out of the water.
Gotcha. And another thing to remember, again, a pool's can't be drown proof. I mean, you just have to watch, right?
No, it only takes a couple inches of water to drown, so we have to be aware. We could drown in a sink, in a bathtub, so we really have to be aware when we're around water.
And we'll come back and talk a little bit more about the Water Expo that you mentioned as soon as we get back from break. We'll be right back. This is City of Santa Clarita Spotlight Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.